This is my new look, Daddy David.
He was born to procreate. Episode 10, baby! Something like
I mean, you can't hate a man for going and getting a pretzel.
That's true. Up a couple shots. Blah, 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 blah.
Stop it. Get some help.
The way I see it, if you want the rainbow, you got to put up with the rain. That's bars.
I am requesting that we please escatate.
I'm about to resign from having ears.
Yeah,
Bro,
no,
you're
I'm
getting
not
spoiled by us telling you that there's a character in a show.
I didn't know there was a character, man. I haven't seen it
No,
yet.
no. Your quote should just be, wait, I didn't get a quote, freaking.
I bet you I could get into my car and drive to David's house and knock on his door before he gets back.
Yes.
I want David.
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to episode 10 of the Unboxing Life podcast. I will be your de facto host for the day. I don't know if I'm using that right. I'm David, and I'm joined by my friends. Y'all like to introduce yourselves?
What's up? It's Trevor, baby.
How's everyone doing out there? It's Cameron here.
And apparently we have someone new in the call for some reason. I don't know why he's here again, but
We do?
And I'm back. What's going on, everybody? I'm
Hey.
Alex, and I'm back again. I'm glad to be here.
it's Hose.
It's
So,
Hose.
Turn.
because of the astounding success of last week's episode, we have decided to make him a permanent member of our squad.
The success.
Yes.
Gang,
But
gang.
I had something to tell him. If we don't get 262 views on next week's episode, he's getting kicked off the podcast.
By when?
Oh, no.
By when?
by Wednesday, it has to have at least 262 views.
All right, people,
No.
you heard the man. You gotta watch the video, share it with your friends, share it with
Slap
your
that
mom,
like button, slap that sub button.
share it
we
with
out
your
here.
dogs, share it with your cat.
Yeah,
Dogs and
with
cats.
your cat, for sure. No,
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
would-
we
we would
basically
definitely like to
decided on
welcome
it before the video blew up, yeah. So, welcome to Alex. He is now a permanent member of the Unboxing Life podcast.
Thank you, fam. I'm so
Hey.
excited.
Love to see it.
We're gonna have
Cameron
great
doesn't-
moments.
Let's go.
We are. But I
Yeah.
would like to actually thank you guys for listening to last week's episode on YouTube. We basically went viral on our little page. We got like 5 times the views that we normally get in like 2 days.
Yeah, it was
So,
insane.
I don't know if the algorithm was like horny for us that day or what, but we were on point. And thank you for the support.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks everybody. That's crazy.
Thank
That's
you, thank
crazy for us. Dang, yeah. So,
So, yeah.
and if you're a new viewer to this one, then welcome for the first time. We are
Yes,
here.
please
Indeed.
stay with us.
Yeah. So we're gonna kick things off with our
A little
tradition. As
Who would like to go
usual, yeah.
first?
Mm.
I know Alex wants to do a daddy joke every week, right?
A daddy joke?
Daddy
Please don't
joke.
ever call it that ever again. It's called
Daddy
a dad
David.
joke for a reason. Don't fucking put your
Alright,
own
so he's-
perverted spin on it.
Yeah.
So Alex is gonna do his daddy
All right.
David.
Yeah, I got it. All right, this one, I got a question for you, Cameron.
Oh, for me?
For you.
Yes, daddy.
That sounded so
Have you-
scripted. I actually don't know what's going on, but anyway.
Have you seen the movie Constipation?
No, I haven't.
Well, it's because it hasn't come out yet.
Okay. Hey. There you go.
Good.
There you go. You can look
That
forward
was
to that every week.
awful. That was
You can
fucking
look
awful.
forward
But
to
thank
it
you so
every
much.
week.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah. Our subs
No,
just
I
shot
like
through the roof.
It's short.
Yeah.
It's short and simple. Short and
That's
sweet.
freaking good.
Our sub shot through the roof.
Yes, sir. That's what's up.
Right after that line is going to be the immediate largest percent gain of subscribers that we have to the channel.
Absolutely.
And followers
Yeah.
on Spotify. And
Yeah.
5-star
Okay.
reviews on iTunes.
I think Cam, you should go next.
I should
Your-
go next.
Your little
Okay.
fun fact, baby.
Go
I can
ahead.
do with that. I can do that. So my fact for this week is that the Leaning Tower of Pisa should have collapsed a long time ago, but British engineer John Burland managed to stop its falling and reverse the tilt. He could have made the tower completely upright, but instead only reversed the tilt by 10% because he feared that people would be angered if it were just become the plain old Tower of Pisa.
Dang. That's true though. I mean, that's smart.
That sounds
Who
like
cares?
an episode of Sugar Rush when their cake is falling in the last round, and so they have to put dowels in the fucking cake so it doesn't fall off.
You've been loving
Dang.
that, huh?
Dude, I love that show.
Dang.
I can't wait for season 4, and season 3 just came out like 2 months ago.
Goddamn.
But
Wow. I mean,
Love
yeah, who
Sugar
cares
Rush.
about the straight up Tower of Pisa?
Yeah,
fuck
exactly.
no.
Not that interesting. You
Who
can't take
cares?
a picture where you're holding it up.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got to have the IG thoughts being able to like pull it up in their picture, you know, when they're like they're in the background holding it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, David, you want to hit us with your fucking track, baby?
Woo! Yes, I do. All right. My track of the freaking week is straight up vibes, my guy. It is Boot Up by freaking LMA.
Oh! Why?
I love this song because it's dope.
Okay, I'm down, bro. Cameron knows how much I love this song.
I know
Yeah.
very much how that was like almost our song. Like,
Yeah, no, facts.
for a little bit. 'Cause
Large facts.
he would literally send it to me every time it came on in the car or something.
Dude.
No, because I think I had just seen Walk the Moon in like this was last February, like 2019, and I think that was when it like came out around that time. I don't remember, but I had gotten into it, and so I just started hearing it everywhere, and I
Yeah.
started singing it on the mic when we were playing Blackout one time, and you were like, "What the fucking song is? What are you singing?" And I'm just sitting here like, "Boot up, boot up, boot up, boot up."
I also
Dude.
thought I thought two things incorrectly, like when you first started singing it, and until I looked it up, and I fucked up looking it up even, because so I was like, I thought you were saying boot up like BOOT space UP, like
Oh, okay.
just like boot up like you turn on a computer, like
Yeah.
or like I don't know something, but it's BOO''D
Yes.
because the song is about David.
Being booed up.
Yeah,
Being boot up. Yes. Being with your boo. Yes.
yeah.
David,
so-
why do you like this track so much?
And so wait, but the other thing I fucked up is that when I looked it up, I couldn't find it. A, because I was spelling it wrong, and B, when I started spelling it wrong, I still couldn't find it because when Trevor told me who it was by, I spelled it out in Spotify as the letters LMA.
Okay.
I thought the artist name, because you said it's by LMA, which is like her name is like ELLA space MAY or something.
Yeah.
But I just typed it because I'm a dickhead. I just typed it into Spotify as like BOOTUP LMA.
Oh my god! Yeah, you would never find it. Ever.
Yeah, no, I was like, I can't find. Like you're saying, it's super popular. I can't find it. Like I know, like it's not showing up on Spotify. It's like because you're an idiot.
Yeah.
That's why.
That song's huge.
Yeah, I can't believe this song came out in 2018, right? It's like,
Was it 2018?
dang.
Okay, yeah, I guess you're right then. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a smash hit. I freaking love this song. I'm sure everyone listening has heard it, but go freaking listen again. It's
Yep, 2018.
dope.
It
And it's
absolutely
just-
is. Dope.
Yeah, it's just a pop R&B, just perfect song. I don't know what
Yep.
else to say. Yeah, there you go.
I was supposed to see her, but her show got sold out like instantly. So
Oh,
I was,
wow.
I was a little upset about that, but
Dang.
if you
Yeah,
do
so-
like that song, you would love her album.
Oh, I gotta listen to the album.
Yeah, it's
Dang.
pretty great.
Dude,
Yeah, I fully support that decision to use that as your track of the week.
I'm glad. Yeah, been
All right,
playing
Trevor.
it all week. Go
You wanna
ahead,
hit us
boy.
with that quote?
All right. So I'm going to quote one Mr. Nipsey Hussle, and this is because we are going to talk about his album. And yeah, I figured it would be a pretty good segue into his album review. So it goes a little something like this. I feel good about what I'm waking up doing and about my lifestyle. At one point, I wasn't proud of my lifestyle. Now I wake up with the feeling that I'm going in the direction that I'm here for. Like what I'm on this planet for, I'm doing it. Bigger than just LA, bigger than some gang banging, bigger than some street shit. Just on some human shit. I'm doing what I'm here to do.
Dang.
I like it.
That is a very sad quote.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's kind of heartbreaking. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
but it's an inspiration, like he was. I mean, that's
Absolutely.
a lot of what he stands for, man.
And it's
Dang,
crazy
that was-
because he wasn't even like a household rap name, but he was so big in California, especially in his
Mhm.
community, and he's an icon, and he he's not an icon in the sense like Jay-Z is like a megastar, but he just did so much for his community and gave back so much that he's just loved dearly, and we miss him.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of people that love him, and I think that's just like you said, he did stuff for his community, and I think that is unfortunately still a part of being in the hip hop game is that you have
you have a target on your back.
Yeah.
You have a target on your back.
You have a target on your back. So I mean, I'm sure he knew I'm sure a lot of rappers know that's what they're getting into. So
yeah,
it's unfortunate, but that's just the way it is, man.
It's rough. Yeah, things gotta change. Dang.
So we've recommended Cameron this album 3 weeks ago now?
Yes, correct.
And we're finally getting to it.
Do we want to do
listened to it enough? And we also got Alex to listen to it a few times. What were you saying, David?
Do we want to start with this or the battle?
Let's go ahead and do this because we've already talked about it.
Talking about it.
Yeah.
And the quote just leads into it so well. But
all right.
I kind of want to just open up the floor and hear you guys' talk because David and I are gonna cream about it as usual.
Well, you cut off for me. I don't know about. What'd you say, Trevor?
Well, I just understood what he said because I know Trevor, but you can repeat it because it did cut out.
So I'm gonna open up the floor for you guys to talk about it because David and I are just going to cream about it. So we are going to review Nipsey Hussle's Victory Lap, and it came out in 2018.
Yes, and then coming up on the cast, if you stick around after this, you'll get to hear the beat battle that we have going on between two of our
stick around for a little
bit.
Of
our pundits here, Amo and Dayvision. So
yes, sir.
That's right.
Yeah.
So how did you guys feel about the album when you heard it?
Mm-hmm.
Alex, you want to go first, or you want me?
I'll let Cameron go first.
Okay. I'm just not gonna be disrespectful and pretend that I didn't like it this time. So yeah, I mean, it was a good album. There were a few standouts, for sure. A lot of it was just like, I was like, okay, this is a good song, but I'm there weren't a lot that I was jumping to add to playlists and stuff like that, you know?
Okay. I can see that, and we'll get to that later.
Yeah, I mean, I can go more in depth later with sort of my comments on specific songs and stuff, since this is just general, and then Alex can go. But yeah, I mean, that's just how I felt about it. It was good, and I enjoyed listening to it, but it's not something I think I'll go back to that much, except a couple of songs, which I will talk about.
Okay. Alex, my man, how did you feel about it? This is before we talk about that. He doesn't listen to a lot of modern hip hop, so this podcast is gonna be like his not his introduction because he hears modern hip hop, but the good modern hip hop.
I'm gonna give you my real opinion about it. Right? This is how I'm a little bit mixed on how I feel about it because I listened to it 3 times fully. I listened to it while I was mowing the lawn. I was in the car listening to it. I was listening to it while playing Xbox. Okay. I got 3 solid listens of the full thing, and I got through a 4th listen, but I only made it about halfway last night. Okay. So, yeah, I gotta say, when I first started listening to it, it was kind of like, I'm not really feeling this, and then I definitely think that I enjoyed it on my 2nd listen, and I enjoyed it more on my 3rd listen.
Okay.
The one track that I really enjoyed from the
I want to hear you guys' standouts.
From the first listen is the last track, the right hand of God.
Yeah.
That one stood out the most for me.
That being the last song is perfect in my opinion.
It's amazing. Yeah.
I love the horns, the brass they got on it.
Yeah, I agree.
And then the song that kind of grew on me also was Victory Lap.
Okay.
Song. That one kind of grew on me. I liked it a lot.
Okay.
I think a lot of his beats and stuff are I gotta acknowledge the fact that there's a lot of production value in it. Like it's
A1 on here.
There's definitely a lot of good stuff, but I kind of feel what Cameron was saying, where it's like not a lot of there's like not a lot of like really standouts like that. But
Okay.
I think my biggest I don't know if this is just like a problem with me, but I did not care for his flow
voice?
at all.
Oh, okay.
Nah,
Interesting.
like when I first heard it on that first track, the way because I get his like flow / delivery is kind of like he'll say a line and then like it'll pause and then he'll say the next line, kind of.
I know, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
He's got like a Rick Ross flow. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't really feeling it, and I'm like, geez, I hope this isn't how it all is. And then most of it was like that, and I was just like, I really can't feel it. I can't feel it. I don't really like that. I respect him as an artist for sure, and I mean, like we were talking about earlier, he did a lot for his community. I seen that he was like he was a businessman because he was an owner, and I could respect him doing stuff like that the right way, but.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but he got shot outside of his clothing store.
Did he? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually wanted to.
That's why it's full circle. His death is fucked up in so many ways, but he was doing so much for his community and pumping revenue back in and building up his communities, only to get shot by some guy in the middle of his his store.
Yeah. Was it a murder or was it like a accident?
No, it was a straight up murder.
Like it was targeted.
Accident.
Like this guy was like, I'm gonna go kill Nipsey Hussle.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, did they ever find the guy? I never really looked into that much.
He checked into a mental rehab hospital.
Did he?
Or whatever after he did it.
Oh,
yeah.
so he claimed that he's crazy. All right.
Yeah. It's bullshit.
It is.
Ah.
But
Yeah, it sucks.
yeah,
Fuck.
it definitely sucks. But going back to the album, it's kind of like how Cameron said, like if he didn't he's not like dying to listen to it like super soon. But
Okay.
that's what I liked and didn't like about it.
Okay. Cam, what are your standout tracks?
Before I say that, I do want to agree with a couple things Alex said, or maybe just the one where I liked the production value a lot. Like when I said there weren't standouts, there weren't really any beats that I was like, oh fuck, okay, but like all of them were good. There weren't any where I was like, I want to skip this because the beat is bad. Like like they all did their job at least well, and some of them were better than that, of course. And then the thing about his flow is, I will say, it's definitely not my preference, but I do vibe with it still. Like it's still something that I can enjoy listening to. It doesn't even come close to like affecting it that negatively. Okay. But it's not my preference. Like it won't, like, which is why it's hard to call any songs like my favorite or whatever. Or like rate them that highly, I mean.
Well, speaking of that, do you have any?
I was doing before we actually started, I was doing the sample from Victory Lap because I like that one. I think that's I kind of like the whole like.
It's not a sample. I'm sorry. It's Stacey Barch. I think her name is right.
Barch. Yeah, she's featured.
Barch, yeah.
Yeah,
she's also featured on a Joe Budden track that I adore, and she kills that shit too. But
yeah, so her like singing in the background is part of the beat, which I like. It was cool.
Yep.
I want to find the text actually.
Should
I say that on the cast?
Yeah, say it. Yeah, it's funny as fuck.
So which chat did I send it in?
I think it was the one with Alex.
I got it.
Yeah.
So, I text the pod, just ran the pod chat randomly in the middle of the day yesterday, and I was at the bus stop getting ready to go to class, waiting for the bus, and a situation happened to me which I then described to Trevor, David, and Alex as follows. I texted them, little white boy sitting next to some individuals who do not fit that description at the bus stop listening to track 2 on Victory Lap.
Yeah,
and then in asterisks to show like action, I said turns music down 4 ticks.
The reason why that's funny is because track 2 is called Rap Dudes.
Yes.
Dude standing for the N-word.
And
rap individuals.
If you put a counter on it, it's probably over like 60 times that he says.
I would think, the
N-word.
I'm gonna go to that track and hear it.
And he's like really leaning into it. He's like, I don't fuck with any of y'all and like all this stuff. So it's like it's like a confrontational song as well. So it's not like he's just rhyming with it. He's like going hard at it. And so I was like, this is not a great look if this gets overheard. Like they're gonna think I'm like doing something that I'm not. I was like, this is gonna be wild.
I remember saying in the chat, like, nah, bro, it's all love. It's like you listen to what you gotta listen to, man. That's all.
Nah, I know.
Circumstance for sure, but
like nothing would ever happen like that. At least I don't think it would, especially because they're students too. I'm not gonna and they. Like it's just a song. Like they wouldn't think that that's equivalent to me saying it or anything. It just is a little awkward to be like.
You just like music, yeah.
Yeah, it's just funny. It is like some songs are awkward to play. That's like it's not kind of a different thing. But like when Kim comes on my freaking from Eminem, like
man.
Yeah, I mean I usually don't listen to it, but when I was listening to the album, it's like I gotta turn that way down. Like,
yeah.
I don't want people. Yeah.
You don't want people to think you're like a serial killer, like.
Yeah.
Kim, you fucking bitch! And then just 12-year-olds like walking by you all happy and shit.
Oh my God.
Yeah, turn it down in my car or whatever. Yeah.
I wanted to talk about that second track because old me, like before I got really into rap, I would think that he's just rhyming with that word. Whereas like nowadays I understand that he's just saying it after the line and the word that comes before it is the one that rhymes with the lines. So if anyone hears that track and you think that he's just rhyming with that word, it's not the case. So don't be like.
He says that word after every line in the song.
Every line, every single line. Yeah.
But yeah, there's he rhymed the other words before that, and that's the difference between maybe some rappers just say it and it's kind of lazy, but yeah.
And that track took a while to grow on me, just because it's like it's so in your face, like. I'm gonna say it so many times that I'm just gonna be like as aggressive.
I thought it
as
was
possible.
kind of obnoxious.
Yeah, it
currently
can
it's the one
but...
I think I like the least on the album because of like just the way it is. I guess
I fucking love that song.
I do too.
Yeah, I mean, you basically arrogant. It's so ignorant. It's everything you want in that. Yeah, the beat slaps like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Cameron, you said that's your least favorite song.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Really? I guess I'm in the current state that Trevor just described of it taking a while to grow on him because I only listened 5 times or so.
Yeah.
So
I think for me this is gonna be an unpopular opinion probably, but I think my least favorite was the last time that I checked.
Wait.
That's
That's so annoying, bro.
What do you mean annoying?
Last time that I checked, I can't do
it. It was
that.
5 chains on my neck.
I can't do it.
It was no sweat in my web.
He's got it so obnoxious to me.
Dude, it's literally such a banger, man. How the fuck
Nipsey
is that?
Hussle and YG. You get the West Coast bass.
How is it annoying though?
I like the bass.
You got the West Coast bounce.
I like the beat. It's just that was obnoxious to me.
Dang.
What's obnoxious about it?
Just the way he says, last time that I checked.
Okay. All right, so one line will ruin a song for Alex.
That is true.
Interesting. I was about to say that that's one of my favorites on the album.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, that's so fun.
I was about to say that that's one of the higher
that's
ups.
Fair. That's definitely
for sure.
Dang.
So, David.
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear some of your standout tracks because I want to get into praising this album because it deserves praise.
I mean, I was still going.
No, yeah, but go ahead. What's another one?
Well, I'm only cutting you off because you said you wanted to hear me go through it, and then you and David could cream all over the place.
Okay, well, go ahead.
So,
what's another?
Young Dude had a good message, and then. But like it was just fine to me.
Okay, yeah, it's that and Real Big are my least favorite tracks on there. Yeah. I could literally delete those off the album and I'd be completely okay with it.
Yeah,
Real Big. I'm gonna say the shit 6 minutes. Like
I actually like that song.
Who was the feature on that?
I don't remember.
I didn't like that either.
Oh, Marsha Sandberg.
I've always hated that song.
Dang.
Those are the only 2 lacking tracks on there.
Which was the other one?
Young Dude.
Oh.
Yeah, Puffy's on it.
It's just the beat. Yeah. It doesn't do a whole lot. It's very forgettable. I couldn't tell you a single line on that track.
The one with
It's
CeeLo, at first I was kind of like not
Dude.
feeling it, but it grew on me.
Yeah, same.
yeah, Loaded
Agree on me
Bases
for
is
sure.
incredible.
Yeah, that's
I like
that's another statement
CeeLo
for me. And
CeeLo
since
kills that hook.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's perfect. It's so good. And I wanted to, since we skipped to that one, I'll say what I had written down about Loaded Bases was that he like self prophesizes his demise essentially.
Do you remember the line?
Where he says, more than likely I'm going to end up in somebody's precinct, even worse, horse and carriage front the church, laid off in a hearse.
Yeah.
And that like when I heard him say that, it's like, damn, like knowing that that's your reality and living day to day and then it actually happening, just it's crazy to me.
And he said, like, the line right after, he says, I dealt with it. I ain't just out here for my health with it. Like, he knew that was a possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He lived with that danger
It
because
really is a double-edged sword.
yeah,
Oh,
he knew
100%.
that his message and his actions were worth the cost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And then in that same vein, I guess, of like the life he lived, one of the hardest, like come from nothing, like this is my life, like my life and my experience is so different from yours, is like in Real Big, there's a line where he says, I'm from where they tell you never touch the shell casing. And that was like wild to me. Like that's like something you learn as part of where you live, is like how not to leave fingerprints.
There's another example of that I like, which is on Double Up, where they feature who's it's Dom Kennedy rapping, right?
Dom Kennedy and Belly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
Dom
I think
Dom is the one that raps.
yeah, Dom Kennedy says, "What you know about your response be the reason you exist." Like when you're getting pressed and you have to say where you're from and who you know and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like you could die over that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a lot of
It's
street
fucking real,
knowledge
man.
for sure.
If you want to hear
Street knowledge
our thoughts on the way those communities operate, you can go back to the To Pimp a Butterfly podcast. We got pretty deep into it there.
There's a lot of rap albums that are touching on this.
Absolutely.
Which Kendrick is also on this album. So there you go.
Yes, sir.
And I can go back to
Dedication.
the other song I wrote about now because you're segueing it for me.
There you go.
Dedication. The line, one of the standout lines for me there was, I need some real dude reparations before I run up in your bank just for recreation. I was like, damn.
Dedication.
He's like, oh, yeah. I mean, that was good. And then in Kendrick's verse, this spoke kind of volumes to me because they come from like the same, like gangland kind. I fucked that word up.
Yeah.
Gangland kind of neighborhoods and stuff like that, where, you know, like David said, like where you're from can get your life ended then and there. And he says, my dude L said, you do a song with Nip, K-Dot, he a better Crip. I said, he a man first. You hear the words out his lips about flourishing from the streets to black businesses. And that was, I was like, just Kendrick being a real one yet again, featuring on, you know, someone he, you know, isn't, you know, historically affiliated with the other side, as it were. And putting that all aside because, you know, it's because he's recognized, like recognized real, like K-Dot was like, Kendrick was like, you know, of course I'm going to do this feature because like Nipsey is real as fuck and he's like, I want to be on his project. So
yeah,
that was cool.
It's a great verse
really
bigging
cool
up Nipsey, and it's like acknowledging the fact that Kendrick has put out music that's like very anti-gang affiliation, and then Nipsey has those, but it's like, yeah, he's doing stuff. He's trying to bring prosperity and peace more so and everything. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I give you the game, go back to the turf and give it right back.
There you go.
That I always love his
his
line on there. For generations we've been dealt bad hands with bad plans. Prove your dedication by hopping out Grand Ams. That's such a like image striking thing in my mind. Like especially when you hear Good Kid, Mad City, and then you just hear that line, and it's like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So should we?
Dedication is definitely a top one for me, and then the last one that was a standout that I like randomly just liked was a Status Symbol 3.
Oh dang.
Okay. Yeah. That's one of my.
The hook on
personal
that
favorites.
is like is pretty fun to me, and
Yes, sir.
you know, just the flow of the beat, just something that I liked. And then the only thing as a general statement that I'll give at the very end, and then you and David can just go to town. Is that it began to bother me like as the album went on, that he kept making like the same bar or the same reference to like making $1 million on his own, and like making $1 million, making
I know what you mean,
making $1 million, and like making $250,000, and I was like, there's maybe more ways to say that you made it. Like it was just like the bar got a little tired as the album went on.
I felt that, but then I feel like at the same time, like if I had $1 million, you best believe you'd be hearing about it.
I also thought that. Yeah, no, hard agree there. Like like if that's the,
I felt the same way for sure, but
it's just the come from nothing like psychology.
Yeah.
Where like you had nothing and now you have whatever you want, and it's like you're gonna talk about it. Like, you can't not. It's like you can't.
I recognize
be
both
like
ways.
Maybe like one out of however many like few 100,000 people make it to from like follow his path of nothing to everything. And so you know, when that's the case, I mean, I was gonna say millions. I don't actually know, but I would guess it's at like very high.
We gave you
anyway. So
I definitely don't agree with that. I didn't find that to be annoying. I think he had enough variety in it. There's a lot of rappers that just say, yo, I got racks, I got, you know, shit on my wrist. Like he doesn't necessarily do that a whole lot. When he brags about it, it's like it's more from like not advice perspective, but he's just like, I don't know. It just comes off different when he does it.
I want to say I didn't find it annoying. I just got bored of it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Like it just felt like he was saying the same thing, and it wasn't like putting me off. I was just like, this is the same thing you just said. So it was, I don't know.
Yeah,
I can understand that. Dang.
But
well, when the album is like an hour, you're gonna hear a couple overlaying topics.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. It's a long ass album.
Yeah.
Trevor, what did you think of this album?
There we go.
I wanted
Remember
to.
When we said we were going to limit this to 20 minutes before the cast? Like both you and I.
We got another 5 minutes.
Go ahead.
All right.
So I wanted to talk about a little bit of my like history with him before that, but I didn't actually get to listen to this album when he was alive. I knew of his existence beforehand, and I knew that this was a great album, but I never like took the step to listen to it. And I even thought I did, like when he died, the day after, I looked at my phone and I tried to find the album, because I normally like I'll grab albums like as they come out and then I'll like get to them later. And I never grabbed his album, and I was like stupefied. I was like, I didn't know that I didn't grab the album. So I never heard him when he was alive. And I went and listened to it immediately, and I basically fell in love with like on the spot, and I recommended David listening to it.
Mm-hmm.
And he waited like however long, maybe 5-6 months, and he came back to me and he's like, dude, that Nip album is fucking crazy. And I'm like, man, I've been telling you.
Yeah.
Some standouts for me. Like I said, I don't care for Real Big or Young Dude. I skip them every time. My favorite track on there has got to be Hustle and Motivate. like I don't know what y'all be talking about. Like, fuck what y'all talking about. That shit is hard as fuck.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's my favorite song.
My favorite beat on there. Yeah, period.
That beat
period
is crazy.
T.
It's so simple. The hook is so simple, but yeah, it like summarizes the whole thing. I don't do this for nothing. Like he just goes crazy on it. That's so good.
There's a part.
I want to cut you off real quick. That was one of my top ones. It's just
I felt
like I was
it's too late to say that now.
I just wanted y'all to have your say. Fuck. Now I'm getting roasted for letting you talk.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, when he ends the second verse, straight off the curb, real dudes, rich as you nerds, address to who it may concern. I don't do this for nothing.
Yeah.
Nah. Like that part always gets me hyped. I'm like, dude, he's talking that shit.
I know. I love it when a rapper like just keeps going and then they like go into the chorus. Like I don't do this for nothing. It's so good. Yeah.
It's hard. I love that track to death.
Yeah.
Sucker Proof is hard as fuck.
Oh yeah. The beat switches everything.
Dude, yes, because it goes from a different hi-hat pattern in the second verse.
Yeah.
Where it kind of it sounds a little more like energetic, but it's the same beat. It's just the hi-hats change and like the snare comes in harder.
Yeah, and there's that crazy like the drum fill coming in like the doo and it starts climbing up, and he's got the guy, and then
Yeah, he's got the reggae guy coming in. Original
yeah, and scratching. yeah. That's dope.
That shit is hard. Yeah. What'd you say are your favorites?
Oh, yeah. For me, Hustle and Motivate, Dedication,
Yes.
Sucker Proof, and Double Up. I freaking love.
Okay.
And it's not even the type of track. I mean, it is sort of like I love chill hip hop tracks, but I just like when I heard it, like, oh my god, that chorus. It
sounds so sad too. Like
yeah,
it almost sounds like when you cut it on, it sounds like he's like about to talk about a breakup or something.
yeah, I get it. It's just bliss to me because it's like I don't know what the BPM is, but it's so slow.
Yeah.
And it's very long, but I don't get bored with it. Like I just sit there like, dang, I'm just here for 5 minutes or whatever. And yeah, and the hook, I just love it. I always sing along. I don't know what to tell you.
I ain't telling no lies. I just want it up.
Yeah, my life in diamonds. Who knew? Yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah.
One of my favorite moments on the album is the third verse of Blue Laces too.
Oh yeah.
He goes full story mode. Super classic, like way to tell a story. I flash back to the shootout on the beach, 20 deep, and then he just goes into keeping his man safe, and he even makes a joke like he's driving in the car with him, and his buddy's got 3 bullet wounds in him, and he's like cracking jokes like, "Dude, now you gonna finally be respected." Like,
yeah, he says he's trying to keep his like spirits up and keep him distracted because he got shot, and it's like,
yep,
yeah, his storytelling. This is the thing about his lyricism in general, as I mentioned on another episode, is like it is like his flows are pretty simple and stuff like that, and his lyrics sound simple, but it's like there's a lot of it's all very real, and so there's a lot of depth and experience he can bring to it. And to me, it just hits really hard, like certain things he'll say like that. And yeah, I think it's masterful storytelling.
Yeah, like I always tell you, like he's not an Eminem or like a shock rapper where like every bar doesn't hit you immediately. Like it takes some unpacking to do. Like it's not like, oh shit, he said that with that triple entendre right there and that double time flow. You know, like he doesn't do that shit.
Yeah.
But it's heavy all the same.
Yeah.
He's got his own style.
Yeah, the production is great. It supports him. It's like
picks stupid hard beats. There ain't a whack one on here. Even the ones that like, I mean, Young Dude is like really forgettable, but even that one is serviceable.
Yeah.
There's no bad beat on here at all.
I would agree.
Yeah, I definitely
how do you feel about
bad beats?
Oh yeah. How do you feel about the feature on Keys to the City?
Me? I don't even like.
Yeah.
I got the keys to the city. I remember, but is there something crazy about it?
He has like a whole verse on it, and like, I don't know. I never like digged his verse, but
I like Nipsey's verse at the end. I think when he comes back. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, true. I can see what you're saying. Dang. Yeah, it's one of my favorite albums of 2018, and that was like one of the biggest years of hip hop ever.
Yep.
It's just a ridiculous year, and so, I would give it an 8.5 realistically. Like I was saying, it's 8.5 is super high for me, and yeah, I don't know.
Excuse me. I'll throw it an 8. I think overall.
Yeah.
Not
an 8.
Yeah, I think I gave it an 8. I adore the album, and I think it's fantastic. And if you like hip hop at all, at least run it a couple times if you haven't already.
Yeah, I recommend it. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
All right.
Rest in peace, please.
The way you talk about it is like
for sure
is like you like it way better than I do, but I would give it like a 7.5.
Yeah, okay.
Which is like
and that's
not
just
at all much lower than what you gave it, Trevor.
That's just the disparity of like numerical scales and reviewing that. Like that's why
we all have a different way of looking at it. Like for me, I'd probably give it a 6. But the way I do it is different. The way I look at it is like anything below 5 is on the negative
It's
side,
garbage.
but anything above 5 is where like this is good. It's like those surveys where it's like strongly
yeah.
agree, neutral,
Makes sense.
disagree. You know,
Makes
that's how I
sense.
feel.
So
That's
you're
that's the
agreeable
way.
with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how I do my scale too. Is like 5 is average, and then anything above is pretty decent or good, and then
That's
so
how
like
it should
8 or 8.5 is super good for me. So.
Yeah, I mean, when you pull up like a Pitchfork review and you see a 6.5, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
For sure.
it's
People are like,
Pretty good.
they give it a 6.5. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
their scale is just delegated to A, B, C, D, or F.
Yeah.
That's how they think
Right.
about it.
Yeah. That's,
So
Yeah.
if
that's
it's
the trash
not,
thing about it.
yeah, if it's not a B or higher, then it's a trash album, and it's like that's not how it works.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's weird.
You can't just keep giving everything 8s.
No, you because that completely destroys the reason why
Yeah.
you would even.
Yeah,
rate.
Mhm.
yeah, I know.
Not every
Yeah.
album's an 8. That's just not how it
Right.
works.
Yeah, it should not be the average. Like, what the heck?
No.
We gotta have some range in here.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
So yeah.
Yes.
Fuck yeah. We love it. Rest in peace, Nipsey.
Rest in peace.
All right.
Yeah,
Do we want
I
to
love what
get
it stands for.
some hype shit?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Do our beat battle.
I guess we can introduce this.
I'm actually very excited for this.
I'm nervous in a way, but we'll see. So we a few weeks ago, Alex sent me a sample, which I think is from a Japanese vinyl record that's relatively old. I couldn't find much information about it, honestly. It's just posted on this YouTube channel. The track itself is called Distant Thunder, I think. But
That's the translation, yeah.
yeah, the translation, and it's a dope instrumental. And basically, he was like, we did this once before where we take one sample and we just both make a beat out of it, and we don't hear it till it's done. But when we did it, like I didn't know what to do with the sample, but it was all right. But
Sampling is hard. Kanye makes it look
Yeah.
easy.
yeah, no,
Repeat
sampling
that.
is super
Yeah.
hard. There's its own like art form. Yeah, for sure.
Primo makes it sound dope.
Facts.
Yeah,
I
no
don't
doubt.
even have to go into Primo, but anyways,
Yeah.
So-
So
these two beautiful men have cooked up some beats using the same
Mhm.
sample, and we're gonna listen to it live for you guys.
mhm.
They haven't heard each other's beats, and we haven't heard any of the beats yet. So we're gonna go in with our eyes closed, and we're gonna try and rate them and see who comes out on top. Who will come out on top?
Yes.
You've been keeping me anticipated, David, since I
Same.
seen the SoundCloud notification.
I
last night.
know.
I'm like, I can listen to it now.
Now, let's
I'd like to go first, I guess.
okay.
Alright.
Let's do David
Back to
first.
the David.
Okay.
Kind of down.
Well, let's see. Let's
No,
get
no,
it.
no. Hold on. Yeah.
Let's get the chat up in Discord.
Yep.
Yep. I'm staring at it.
We're all gonna play
Alright.
it independently at the
We're
same
all-
time.
Yeah. So we're all gonna play it together at the same time, and then Cameron's gonna edit it. So actually, wait, it'll
It should
be
be
able
fine.
to be
It should
played
just be
for you,
fine.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then try not to talk over it, and hopefully, and the audience will be able to hear it as well. So,
All right. Are we ready?
yes, mine is called East.
So
Alright,
we
so-
go on go. So give us a 3, 2, 1, go, and click play on go.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Y'all so hyped. This is beautiful. What the fuck?
I'm telling you, a sample.
I'm getting the chills.
You're doing the good thing. You with the fucking snare patterns, man, I swear to God.
These are good.
He was nervous.
The bass. I got my studio headphones on, so I can.
You're doing,
The bass.
you're doing a good thing.
Was that
Did I just hear myself?
Trevor?
No, that wasn't Trevor.
That wasn't? I swear that was him.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I love that one.
Hell yeah.
Dang.
That was cool. That's my only criticism. I just like you always
That
like
was
to
good, David.
have
Dang.
unorthodox.
David, I'm
so-
so glad because I know that it's like two different styles. You'll hear mine, but I like the way David used like different vocals and all that. And I
Yeah.
could have
Okay.
sworn that was
Yeah,
Trevor on it. I could have sworn.
I swear I heard myself too.
I
That would
definitely
be-
heard it. I
That's
thought
funny.
Trevor was speaking for a minute, and then I'm like, wait, is he on the track?
I
like a-
didn't get that. I just thought it was some guy. It didn't sound.
Or
I
Alex
don't know.
must.
Didn't register.
All right, David.
I liked it overall. I did like it. The
I might
snare
be
was my
some-
only issue.
I might be in some trouble with this one.
We'll see. I doubt you're in trouble.
All
We
right.
want to go right into it.
Yeah, let's do
get
it.
right into it. All right, Trevor, count us down.
All right, baby. 3, 2, 1, go.
Beetlejuice, you're first. And here's your question.
Is
Spell
that our turn?
red.
LSTER.
All right, is that your final answer?
My final answer.
The judges are saying that's not exactly right. How many days are in a week?
A week? 25.
Ooh, God.
Five.
Bop,
Five.
bop.
What number comes between 2 and 4, Beetlejuice?
70.
36. Oh, my time is already coming, baby.
What does he say at the end?
He said, "Oh, my time is already coming, baby."
Hey,
That was hard as hell.
that was
Yeah, that-
dope.
I'm just
Okay.
glad that you guys aren't whack.
Yeah. Yeah. It'd be real bad if we were like, yo, we're gonna have a beat battle and then just like two trash ass beats come on. and,
Oh, what's
Trevor,
up?
and Trevor and I are just like not reacting, and it's like, guys,
Alright.
please.
Yeah.
But no, those are
Please,
both
just
dope.
nod your head.
Those are both dope as fuck.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Cam, what did you feel about him? Which one did you like the most? I'd like to get our opinions out before we hear these fucks.
I almost want to listen to him again to like decide, but fuck, that's not how this works, is it?
Nope. I like Alex's more. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
But I do like David's.
I
If
like-
David, if your snare would just was normal, I would be like so hyped. But
I don't even notice that. I didn't notice the snare being weird, but
let's do it again.
what?
Just like whenever you listen to it again, if you do.
Oh yeah. Okay. I think I liked like stylistically David's more, but the like actual like drum line and the beat itself, I liked Alex's more.
I
Mm.
wholeheartedly agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Alex had the more packaged beat, and then David was doing a lot more shit with it.
Yeah.
Alex,
I wanted-
if you swapped the snare for something else and like changed the beat up for like the second half, it would have been even better.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
if you flipped it into like a snare beat or a trap beat, that would have been
Dang.
lit.
Yeah, they could
know
have
what I
been
mean?
cool as
Like-
fuck for sure. Yeah. David, the only thing I like didn't like about yours is that the sample played for like a while, and I just wanted it to get back to like what you were doing.
Oh yeah.
with the drum line and everything. I was like,
Okay.
I wanted it to turn back a little bit faster, but it is very nice to like have like the sample play like as it was originally, and then you have layered on top of that what you did with it.
Yeah, well,
it's
let me
a
let me
nice,
tell you what
like,
I liked about
perspective.
David's.
All right.
I could hear at the beginning how the sample itself was pitched up, and he was messing with the he was doing stuff to mess with the pitches a little bit, and he was kind of like going in and out.
Mhm.
And I thought that was really clean. And then he came in with the drums, which was nice.
Alex, I like your
That
the DJ scratching.
The scratches.
It sounded. It literally sounded like something Linkin Park would do.
It's super well
Ah.
placed as well.
It was so good. That was a nice touch.
Thank you.
Brought me
Dope.
back to the 2001 days.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
was dope.
Alex
That
is.
was even better than I expected it to be. I was excited for like not what I just got there, which was very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alex's flip was crazy. Yeah, that was those drums. I didn't expect it to hit that hard. That was so nice.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I could. I was just gonna say I could tell you did more like fine chopping than I did for sure. Like for the line itself, it was like, dang, it just sounded perfect.
I like David's bass kick more though. I think it's nice and punchy. It's got that meat on the bones.
Right.
Got that boom.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
got that boom boom.
So David, you
that-
wanna
It's got that Daddy David.
Daddy David, boom boom.
Daddy Vision?
Oh my lord.
The boom boom room.
Yeah, the
But
boom,
David,
boom,
you
boom.
wanna walk us through exactly what you did with it?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm glad. Yeah, so I just wanted at the beginning. I was like, all right, I'll make it sound like someone is putting it at different places on the record, and it's like scratching, and then it'll actually start. So that was
I like
easy.
that part.
Thanks, yeah.
That was cool. Yeah, I didn't get what you were doing at first, but then it was cool.
Cool. And then the string intro. What am I saying? Is I wanted to have the sample so you could see like how it was different when the beat actually kicked in. But I did it in a weird way. Like Alex was talking about me pitching it. I had 3 different copies of the same string line, but one was pitched up higher, one was normal, and then one was pitched lower.
Right.
And I adjusted the volume so it was like I had a string section in front of me that I could sort of conduct. And
That's
I
dope.
liked. Yeah, it worked better than the other way for me because I could just bring in the low end and it sounded almost like an old movie, like I don't know, either starting or ending or whatever. And
Yeah.
and then I like that string line so much that I wanted that to be the main sample. Put some, I guess I don't know. I get what you're saying with the snares. There should maybe be a different hit at a certain point, but I had
It doesn't hit when I want it to. That's the
yeah, I get you.
It's almost like it's not sequenced the same timing.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, no, it's the that's the thing. I
which is
didn't
what you'd
use
expect with the snare.
yeah, it's true. I didn't that was the thing. I was like adjusting it to the sample. I sort of wanted to make the drums fit it and make it sound more like the original, so I had to
Yeah.
like not sequence the drums and just sort of place them right where I thought it would hit the best or whatever. So that's probably threw him off a little. And then the guy talking that sounded like Trevor apparently was like just from this old like B movie or something, just like black and white movie, and just like this dude saying, "You're doing a good thing." I thought it sounded dope.
The
And I
B
slid-
movie.
No, like a B-rate movie,
Like a-
not the
B.
B movie.
Yeah, no, when you that's what like the first thing that popped into my mind when you phrased it that way as well.
Yeah.
Like, just,
That's what I heard.
That's
I
not.
did want to.
Freaking Seinfeld on your beat.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to comment. I just fucking forgot because y'all were talking about fucking bees.
No.
Oh,
B
the R&B,
movie.
the R&B
Barry B.
sample. What is that
Benson.
from?
Yeah, that's this dude named Joshua Davis, and I got like a little sample pack from him a while ago for free, and he just like put some clips of him singing on the internet. It was completely unrelated to this sample, but then I put it over this different section of it, and it sounded good to me.
Yeah, that was dope.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that, and then I just wanted to bring it home at the end. Maybe it took a little too long to get back to the drums, but there you go. I don't have any water in this mug, but I try to drink from it.
Aqua Centurum or whatever she says for the fucking or the water.
Oh yeah. Alex, what was your little process like?
All right, so my process, I heard like you said, I sent you the sample because I heard it, and I'm like, we need to do something with this sample. So that's when I sent it to you. The same day I heard it. But I kind of had this drum pattern that I had working that I made, and then I was trying to like chop the sample, and I listened to the sample, but I didn't listen to like. I listened to the full thing, but I didn't pay attention to like the second half because I really liked the way the first half sounded, and I chopped it, and it was kind of basic, but it was cool sounding, so I was kind of going with that flow, and then I kind of like stepped away, and then I went back in like the next day, and I like chopped up the beat towards the end where like there's like the strings playing, and I really liked the way those chops came out. Like I pitched it up, I think 3 semitones.
Okay.
I like the way that it sounded a lot, and like I pretty much played it on my pads to the drum loop that I had going,
Mm.
and so I was like, I like this a lot, and that's what I stuck with, and I knew that was the main beat, and then my drums, it was like I had like my kick, my snare, my hi-hats. My hi-hats were fine, but I was like the drums kind of seemed like a little too basic. So what I did was I found a sample of a drum break of like actual drums, and then I chopped up the kick and I chopped up the snare and separated it and made that follow the drum pattern that I already had. So it was like real drums.
Nice.
And
Dang,
then and then
Sounded
I
really
added,
organic. Yeah.
and then I think what set it off is I added reverb on it. It was like I have like this ROM reverb. It was like a free reverb like a while back that I got, but it's a super high quality reverb, and I put it on there, and it just like set the drums off so much. Like at first I didn't realize what it really did to it all that much. I knew it made it sound better, but then when I took off the effect, like when I was mixing it, I took off the effect and I'm like, dang, this sounds completely different drums.
Yeah, reverb is
and,
the best.
and on those, it just worked perfectly. So I'm glad I had that effect.
Yeah.
So I had the main loop ready, which is pretty much what you hear throughout the entire beat, and then I wanted it. Yeah, exactly. I wanted an intro. I didn't know how to do it. And I liked the way on the original sample there was like thunder in like the first couple seconds of the actual track.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh,
I
yeah,
really
that
liked
was-
the way
that was
that
cool.
sounded. So I kind of took that and made it, and I put it in the intro, but it's not terribly long. It's like it's like 3 seconds of the thunder, but I added reverb and like I added rain noise in there too, and that plays throughout the whole track. It gives it like a crackle.
Oh, yeah.
It was hard.
Thank you. And so and then I took the original sample, like the beginning of the sample, and I put it in. I like slowed it down a little bit, and then it plays throughout the intro when you hear the people talking, and then
Yeah.
that's pretty much it. I threw some other samples in there. There's like a ring, like a WWE ring bell in there somewhere.
Oh my god.
Dang.
There's like audience cheering. You can I made
You
it.
didn't have your drop.
I did actually. It is
Did
there.
you?
Yeah,
Oh, I
wow.
didn't hear it.
it's in the intro when it like when right before they start talking, you can kind of hear it, but it sounds different because I slowed it down, and so
Dang.
it doesn't sound the same at all. But I liked it because it had a nice like
So-
ambiance.
What's
should've
your
put my
drop?
drop.
What is it?
It's a
It's
bird.
his
It's my
bird.
bird whistle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I pretty much recorded my bird whistle, and their whistles are super high pitched, so I pitched it down so it sounds
Dang.
not like your ears are dying.
Yeah.
And,
It was
and
funny.
I added reverb and stuff.
You saying,
Dope.
David?
Cool.
I was saying I had this this sound from like a Travis Scott drum pack, and I was like wondering if
Oh.
Trevor was gonna recognize it
I
because
didn't.
yeah, I originally had it super loud, and then I like turned it down so it wasn't so obvious. Like it's like this gun clicking or something as part of the
Oh.
drums. Yeah, it's like click, and then
I'll
it
have
like
to listen.
transitioned part of the sample. But yeah,
Yeah, I didn't hear
Yeah.
that. I'm mad. I'm a
Yeah.
fake Travis Scott fan.
true,
Dang.
true. There you go. So
Good.
who won? Who did win? Trevor said
I'm-
Alex.
I'm going with Alex. Yeah.
I
What
said
about you,
what I
Cam?
said, and then for the overall, I guess Alex. Yeah.
And Trevor wins. Alex wins.
Daddy
Dang.
David, you have been chopped.
I love you, David. I chose you.
Yes.
Your
Oh,
time
thank
in the
you.
sugar.
I choose
Your
you.
time in the Sugar Rush kitchen has run out.
No.
This does feel a little like chopped, honestly, the format that they do, because the whole thing is like the basket ingredient or whatever. So like you guys both got given the same thing and produced what you produced with it, and then one of you got
True.
voted.
I just got to leave the show now. So.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, we'll see you later.
We
No.
wanted to talk to you about
Drink
other
some water.
stuff, but we just work here, man. We don't make the rules.
That's tough.
But
Yeah.
even if Alex wins in my book, just fucking congratulations for doing that. That was
Honestly,
dope. As hell.
Huh?
Winners and losers, we're all winners, man, because we made something dope.
Yeah,
So
there you
those-
We
go.
made something completely different, which is the goal. Variation, variety, all that good
Yeah.
It's
stuff.
up on SoundCloud for you guys now.
We
we'll,
could.
We'll see what we do.
You
with
guys
it.
should definitely upload
I think
that.
definitely,
to your
yeah.
respective YouTube channels.
We'll see.
Name
might.
that shit. Throw
But
it up.
speaking of SoundCloud, I want to
yeah.
talk. I want to talk a little bit about this cipher.
Oh my fucking
That
god.
happened.
I have
I
no
want-
idea what this is. So
Yeah. Okay. So
He
so
hasn't
Dave
heard
kind
it.
of put me on it. David put me on it. It's a subreddit called Making Hip Hop r/Making Hip Hop, and there's like
okay.
100,000 people in it, and it's like producers and rappers and artists get together on the subreddit. And so, I mean, David, since David put me on it, so David, you kind of want to talk about your experience and how you found it?
Yeah, I don't know. I figured there would be a good subreddit where I could put stuff out there. So I found it. It was like months ago or last year or whatever.
Mhm.
And I had initially put up one of the first beats I made for a cipher, as the Invasion one. It's like super basic now, but it got picked for a cipher. But I hadn't gone on Reddit for like a month, so I missed it. And it was like they
Wow.
messaged me like, yeah, make it available for download. But it was like a month ago when I checked. So then I put that same beat up for a Freestyle Friday, which is something else they do. And a couple people picked that, which is we have some legends hopped on the beat. And
Joshua Johnson, love to you, my man.
Joshua Johnson, we appreciate you.
We appreciate the courage it took to get on that beat.
Yes,
So
sir.
you hopped on
Take
Alex's beat, right? That was yours?
Nah, that wasn't Joshua Johnson. Joshua
No.
Johnson was the one who hopped on in Invasion from David.
Okay.
A long
Yeah,
time
but-
ago. He's cruising. That's his line.
You got way too close. You gotta,
Yeah, that did
you gotta
not
be
come
able-
through at all.
That's how it sounds.
Don't.
Yeah.
Just
Um,
stay away from the mic. Yeah.
All right, but yeah. So the way they do it, they have like ciphers every week where they'll like have people like they'll pick a beat and then they'll have people rap on that. That's the beat you have to use and you have to freestyle on it. And there's like a certain topic every week, and then people upload it to SoundCloud, and then everybody like listens to it and votes for it.
That's
And so
dope.
there's a separate thread for people who want to put their beats on it, because I mean it's for rappers, but there's a separate thread for you to post beats to be used on the cipher. And I put mine up 6 months ago. I put it up when I dropped my second beat tape, Adamantian.
Mhm.
Mohican Anthem is what it's called. I put it up there because I feel like that was one of my higher quality ones that actually is consistent. So I put it up there 6 months ago now, and then I finally got a message on Reddit the other day like your beat has been chosen or whatever. And so this week the thread closes Sunday. There's some people already hopped on it, and there's gonna be more people to hop on it. And my SoundCloud pretty much what was going crazy. For me, it's going crazy because there's like 300 plays this week from that one beat. So I'll
Boy.
take it.
Yeah, Amma was making a big. He sent me one that was like, dude, like really rapping over it, and it sounded crazy. And it was mixed
Yeah,
well and
the one-
everything.
The one you played was dope, and I'm sitting here like screaming about it. I'm like, dude, this sounds like the Locks. Like he sounded like Styles P and shit. And I'm just
Oh,
like, what the
dang.
fuck is happening?
But
That hook was not it. I'll tell you that much. But
nah, but it's kind of. I mean, it's not a perfect system at all because like when I upload my beats, because I mean they want you to have SoundCloud links for you to like post your beat. But when I upload beats on SoundCloud and stuff, it's like mixed and mastered already, so like
Mhm.
it's mastered already, so it's already like I optimized it for you to listen to that beat. So when you have somebody getting on a beat that's already mastered, it's like hard for them because they're not mixed with the beat, if that makes sense.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
kind of like weirdly over it or weirdly under it.
Yeah, so
Yeah, but
yeah. But
it's a cipher, so you see that, yeah.
it works for its purpose, and
Yeah.
I'm dope. I'm happy. I can't wait to hear what people have to say.
I'm dope.
And I'm dope.
I'm dope.
I'm dope.
I didn't mean to say I'm dope, but
Hey, dope, I'm dad.
I'm dope.
Hey,
We'll have
hey, Dad, I'm dope.
to say on it.
That's dope.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hear
that's
more
I
from
get
him.
hyped. I get hyped when people put "Prod by Amo" in their title.
Yeah.
That is
Fraud.
hype. That is definitely hype.
for sure. All right, cool.
Okay.
But yeah, there's that.
See
Shout
how
out
that
to
goes.
your
r/making hip hop.
Yeah, shout out.
All
Dang.
right, well, speaking of making hip hop, we're gonna talk about Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. The update of the week.
I fucking hate you. I think you're actually the worst person I know.
Dude, I hope that wheeze came through because that was
It
so
did.
good. Okay.
Jesus
Oh,
H,
fuck.
dude. What? A
Uh,
segue so bad that its ridiculousness becomes the segue. That is incredible.
Segue king.
Well done. You are a podcast king. You will
fuck
be going
yes.
in the podcast Hall of Fame for sure.
All right, Trev.
My cheeks are paused.
Oh my god.
So
We see you.
which book this week is it now?
So it
Book
is.
and movie, right?
Yeah, it's Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince.
Okay.
mm,
I read I was on like page like 400 last Friday, and then I got home and there's like 653 pages, I think. And I sat there and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna fucking finish this. So I just finished it like in like it took me like 4 hours to read like the rest of the book,
For sure.
and I was up until like 1:53 in the morning, like finishing this fucking book, and
Mhm.
it's good. It was really good. I like the book a lot. I like how he goes through the pensive and it shows Voldemort's backstory, and you get to see him as a kid and growing up and shit, and his interaction with Slughorn and teaching him all about Horcruxes and whatnot.
yeah.
One of the scenes that stuck out to me the most, at least in the book, was when he fights Malfoy in the bathroom. Dude, it's such a ride to like read it, because like in the movie it's okay, it's kind of cool. It wasn't like as it didn't look like what I wanted it to be, but in the book it just comes out of nowhere. Like he's stalking Malfoy, trying to figure out what he's doing in the room of requirement,
Mhm.
and he follows him into the bathroom, and he's talking to Moaning Myrtle and whatever, and he's crying, and he sees Harry in like the back of his or like on the side of his eye, and they just immediately like erupt into a battle, and Malfoy's about to get him, and Harry screams Sectum Sempra or whatever, and that's the one where it crosses and it cuts him open and shit.
Yeah.
And I read that and I was like, "Bro, are you serious? This shit is popping up!" And like Harry immediately regrets it when he does it, because he has no idea what that spell does.
Yeah.
And that was the
'cause he
first
read
time
it.
he used it.
Didn't he read about it in his
Yeah,
book?
he read about it in
Yeah.
the textbook of Snape's.
Yeah, it
which
just
is
says 4 enemies.
yeah,
Second
Which is like-
Sempra.
The big twist of like that book is like the Half-Blood Princess.
And I was talking to
Snape.
Rocio last night about that when we watched it. It doesn't do anything for the story. Like she told me it was like sort of like a red herring, where you focus so much energy on trying to figure out who this Half-Blood Prince is that you're just like you're so engrossed with that idea that means nothing in the end when he kills Dumbledore.
I guess, but I guess it was more for shock value. They're like, it was Snape. Like what?
Yeah, but it
to add
just
kind
it
of-
doesn't do anything though. Like when you think
Yeah,
about it,
I
it
mean,
doesn't
it kind
matter
of-
if he
It
just
kind
named
of like
himself
adds
that. That was
more.
it.
It kind of gives more backstory to like Snape and like why he is the way he is.
Yeah, they touched
like,
on that.
they do a lot of
flashbacks and
that.
stuff, and Harry's dad like being like a jerk to him.
Well, they touched that on that in book 5. Book
Yeah,
6
yeah,
is more
but
of him just using the book. Book 6 actually, he's like never in it. Like he's in the beginning when he's doing the Unbreakable Vow and whatnot, and then he sort of like disappears for 500 pages, and then you get to him when when they have the Malfoy fight and whatnot.
I think going to the
Interesting.
Malfoy fight. I know for me, I read the books a while ago, and I watched the movies a while ago. But I think watching the movies, I think that was like, I was younger when I was watching the movie. So
Yeah.
But that for me was like, is like when it's like it got real. I don't know
Yeah.
how it is. I don't know how I'd feel if I watched it now. But it's like, yo, he's all bloody and crap, and like it shows him like on the floor in blood, and it's
it
just
wouldn't
like,
hit you as hard as it does.
I guess,
Yeah.
but at the time it really did.
Yeah, for
And I
sure.
was just like, this guy, Harry Potter's going dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
Um,
dark. Yeah, for sure. I
I
mean,
love the teenage angst in the book and just how they're finally getting into relationships, and Ron is like
Yeah.
snogging fucking
That
Lavender
one
the whole
chick.
time, and
Yeah.
yeah, she calls him Juan. I thought that was dope.
my guy.
Yeah, it was a good book for sure. That's Rocio's favorite.
Yeah. What did you think of, like, I mean, arguably the biggest part, Dumbledore dying? Did you know that was gonna happen?
Yeah, I knew he was gonna die. I forgot how he died,
Yeah.
but I knew all along that he was gonna die in that book because I did remember that when I was a kid.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big thing. And I literally, right before I started the book, I was like, I told Rocio, I'm like, the only thing I remember from this book is that there's a cave and Dumbledore dies. That's all I
Yeah.
remember. And she nodded and she was like, yeah.
Rip.
How did you
Yep.
feel about the way he died?
Yeah, it didn't really hit me that hard. Well, I mean, I knew it was happening.
Just because
so,
you knew,
yeah, but
But I'm not
It-
talking about like how it made you felt. Like, how did you actually think like the way they portrayed it?
in the book or the movie?
I guess both.
The book, I think, does it pretty brilliantly because, like, the entire time he's having this exchange with Draco, I think it's right when they come back from the cave and then they see the Dark Mark come out through this castle. So they they hightail it over there, and Dumbledore is like at this point like with no energy. So he's like leaning on a tree, and Draco comes out of the front steps of the castle and he confronts him, and like throughout the entire exchange of Draco pointing his wand at Dumbledore and he's about to quote unquote kill him, he's like still hesitant about it. Like he doesn't know if he's still that good guy anymore. Or, like, he never was a good guy, but he didn't know if he was going to turn dark for sure.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
he's like struggling with that internally, and Dumbledore basically just like has him explain like how he got the Death Eaters into the castle with the vanishing cabinet.
Yep.
And it's a cool exchange. It lasts for like 3 pages. It's a super long conversation, and then it gets like interrupted with the Death Eaters and everyone like fighting and shit. And then Snape comes out of nowhere and he's just like and he just fucking kills him. But
Yeah.
So
he kills him like really quick. Like it was like he just stepped up and he was like, "Fuck
Yeah.
you," like, and that was it. And he
I
just
think in the
bounced.
movie it took place in the astronomy tower, right?
Yeah, which was kind of off-putting, but
Does
Yeah.
does Dumbledore fight back in the book?
not at all.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
He
I was
has
gonna
no
say that'd
energy.
be a
and
huge difference because like he's
Yeah.
resigned to die. He like knows it's like basically gonna happen in the movie.
Mhm.
So.
one of the main gripes I have about the movie is there's like in that scene specifically, they don't fight the Death Eaters at all. Like in the book, it's like a whole ass conflict, and they're like fighting from the dungeons going up the stairs, and Ginny and Ron and the Weasleys and all them, they're all fighting. Like even the Order is there in Hogwarts and they're fighting the Death
yeah,
Eaters.
wow.
It doesn't happen in the movie.
They just deem that like a battle not worth having, I guess.
Yeah, and Fenrir Greyback,
Fenrir, I
he's
think.
the,
Yeah.
The werewolf type guy.
he's a
Look at
werewolf.
him.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does. He's a menace in book 6, and in the movie, he doesn't do anything. So I was just kind of
Yeah.
confused.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean they definitely, like we've said before, have to kind of cherry pick the plot lines and characters they want to
Yeah.
run with because it's a 2-hour movie and a fucking
Yeah.
however long page book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought overall the movie was good. It was a little boring, but
Mm.
it was pretty okay. I mean, I didn't dislike it like I did like Azkaban or anything.
Dang.
But
So, I have to ask you now that you've watched it, is the Ron becoming a keeper plotline in this movie
yeah, I mean, he's in it, yeah, and it does happen, yeah.
with the liquid luck and everything, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not crazy.
No, you're not.
to
But
know.
that happens. Like they did that perfectly, but they just didn't like ever expand on him being a keeper
Part of the team.
in year 5.
Yeah.
In year 5,
Mm.
which is when it actually happens. But
That was does it play out the same way in the book where he like fakes giving him the liquid luck?
yeah,
Yeah.
they
Oh,
did
yeah.
that very well. Yeah,
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh,
and
that's
that was one of my favorite parts. Was that like even the part where Harry takes the liquid luck potion and then he goes to try and get Slughorn.
Oh yeah, he's on
to
like
offer-
LSD basically. It's so
Yeah, he's
fucking
on it,
funny
yeah.
to watch play out. That's one of my favorite scenes. He's like, I don't know, I just feel like I get a good feeling about Hagrid's. I get a good feeling
Yeah,
about Hagrid's.
yeah.
And he's
that's-
just like
it
he
plays
can't
out-
be talked to. He's just like I know what we're supposed to be doing, but like Hagrid's is the place to be right now, you know? Like we got to go to Hagrid's. And then he comes across fucking Slughorn like stealing plants and stuff, and he's like, "Hey, let's go to you got to get hello professor. You want to go to Hagrid's?" It's like it's such a funny scene in the movie. I don't know how it plays out in the books, but it's great.
No, they play it out just like that in the book.
Yeah.
That's why I was gonna praise that part.
Mm.
And that's one of the very few times that he actually plays like Harry in the book.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Sassiness and his like
Interesting, yeah.
energeticness. Because he's a complete cuck in the movies. Like,
For real.
dude, he's such a
much
pussy.
more. He's written much more like edgy
Passively.
teen.
He's not even edgy in it.
No, like
I wish he was
doesn't know what to
edgy.
do with his feelings. Like level of edgy. He's not like bravado edgy. He's just kind of like angsty almost.
He's a third wheel in his own movie, and it's every movie.
Yeah.
And I don't like it. I don't like him as Harry Potter.
the
But
gang.
there are certain moments where he shines, and I'm just like, bruh, if it was like this, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
dang.
I do absolutely love him as Harry Potter. But
I like him as the look. He completely
Yeah.
nails the look,
Oh,
except for
yeah.
his haircut. This haircut in this movie was not it. It looks like he
yeah.
has like a rat on his head, and it's like it's at different angles on top of his head, so it looks like it's like
Wow.
it's just awful.
I don't remember if it changes back or not. I can't tell you.
Get freaking flamed
literally
in
don't
your
remember,
Radcliffe.
so
Freaking
I
hair
can't
is
swear.
trash and half blood prints.
Wait, repeat that, David. I was talking over you. I'm sorry.
Huh?
I was
Nothing.
talking over
We were-
you. Repeat that.
It's all good.
we were just flaming Daniel.
Yeah. Flaming our boy. Which where does this movie and book rank for you real quick, Trevor?
I don't know about the books. The movie, my favorite is still Goblet. As a movie, it just plays out the best.
Yeah.
It's got the right action and all that. So it's Goblet, then it would be Order, then it would be Half-Blood, and then probably Sorcerer's Chamber, and then fucking Azkaban is dead last.
Okay.
Yeah, at last.
Complete
Damn.
shit
That's
movie.
a yikes for me.
Complete shit movie.
The
Great
book?
book. Even,
Oh, wait, I thought you were talking about the books.
No.
Oh, I
Well,
was about
even the
to
book is-
say.
Even the book compared to the others is still lackluster, but I still
I don't
enjoy
think
it.
it's last in the book.
Don't
order,
you
though.
did you at least enjoy the scene in Azkaban where he finally realizes it's him that comes to save himself and he does like the massive Patronus?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Because that was a dope scene. Like that was
Yeah.
like where he just sums up the like all of his power.
Yeah, it's
and
the
fucks up.
meme where he's like, "Expecto Patronum."
Yeah.
Yeah. I always thought it was kind of silly his delivery in that.
No, I
but,
don't know. I thought it was shot really well. I'm a sucker for that
Alex.
kind of shit, I guess.
Yeah.
I know you remember the scene in Chamber where they're having the duel contest or the dueling club, and
Uh-huh.
we mentioned this at the park when we were at Disney. When Snape he tries to like disarm.
Oh, okay, I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
tries
yeah.
to disarm Lockhart, and he says, "Expelliarmus." The way he delivers it is so hard. So good.
Yeah, bro. Like hearing them actually say the spells is fun as fuck. It's like
Classic.
Funny.
like even
It's a little
no matter how
cringe
they deliver
sometimes.
it.
It's a little cringe sometimes, but that,
Yeah.
I think
okay,
it would be it would be cringe if they had American accents.
facts.
It would be
Facts. Yeah, definitely facts.
Yeah.
Before I
Wait till
forget,
you get to Fantastic Beasts.
they didn't shut the.
They
fuck
have
up.
different names for that. Though. That's neither here nor there.
What?
ahead, Trevor.
Anyway,
Anyway,
spoiling. Yeah, we're spoiling.
not spoiling.
Oh my god, I forgot. Oh my god, I forgot. And my fucking nice. I'm gonna turn off my phone.
Okay.
Hot as hell. What I was gonna say. Oh, they don't expand upon the idea that they can say spells without having to say them, or that
Oh,
they
yeah.
can cast
That's-
without having to say them in the movie. So
Yeah.
it just comes off so abrasive, and it's just like, oh wow, you guys are gods now. You guys can just. and she fucking Hermione when she does the Confundus charm when they're trying out and she fucks up McLagan so Ron can keep her. She doesn't even have her goddamn wand. She just whispers it. That's all she does.
That's
and it fucking
true,
confunds
yeah.
her. Dude, I'm like, bruh, why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a sus ass point that I wanted to bring up, but
Yeah,
that's kinda
they
rough.
definitely don't like keep the rules nearly as straight in the movies.
oh,
Yeah, they break.
I don't
their-
know.
They're way
I
more
always
bendable.
kind of felt that like they say it in their head they're straight because like
Oh, in the books, it's
Just-
like a whole thing where they have to
Yeah,
learn
they
how to
have
cast.
to learn
I was saying.
yeah, but
learn
then
the
like
charm.
but I feel like if it was like a real thing, like it would be more of like a feeling rather than the wand's not gonna respond if you don't say this syllable.
I mean, it's magic. How can you say
how
like?
it happened.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
a
why
lot
they
of
need the
a
wand.
lot of writings about magic say that the incantation is like the most important part. Like,
It's
like
yeah.
real, like
That and
real
the
life
movement.
magic, like people that practice magic
But I feel like once you learn it, it's like
in reality.
it's more of a feeling. You feel.
I mean,
it.
yeah, I agree
you
with
just let
you.
it-
No,
Like
we're not
that's
saying that,
what
okay,
the
we're not saying that you have to say it in your like outside like you don't have to verbally say it. We like you can cast spells without having to say them. We're saying you need the wand in your hand while you
yeah.
do
Oh,
it. You
yeah,
can't
yeah,
just cast them out of your fucking hands.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. No, we agree with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
One point I wanted to get into with the cave scene with Dumbledore, where like I mean that's like a kind of a wild performance from him in the movie when he's like he just looks like he's being tortured. Like acting that way was like really impressive to me. And he's like force feeding him the liquid or whatever, and then they finally finish, and he's like, okay, like I can't make any water in the dish, so I'll get some from the lake, and he like reaches down, and there's that jump scare moment where like the zombies or whatever the fuck they are like start coming out of the water. I saw that in theaters with my family, so my dad, my mom, and my brother, and my brother had read all of the books at that point. So he knew exactly what was going to happen, but like none of us did. And obviously like the music tenses and like he's black.
Fuck me.
He's black.
The water is like super dark and black. And so you know something's about to happen. You just don't know when and where. It's exactly like that horror movie structure.
And then Dumbledore turns black.
And then Jesus Christ.
And
But so the point of the story being that when that happens, when the jump scare happens in the theaters, like you have the surround sound and everything, so the music hits you really fast. So everyone, including myself, like either gasped or screamed or like bent back in their seat, whatever, like had some sort of reaction. My brother, like my mom jumped super hard or something like that, and my brother just burst out laughing. Just because he knew it was coming, he was like cackling, laughing in the theater as everyone else is like just shit their pants. It was
yeah, dang.
Ryan would say that he's hollowing.
He is hollowing.
Hollowing.
I'm hooting
Ryan,
and
that is
hollowing.
not true.
I am definitely hollowing.
I'm hollowing out
He's
right
fucking
now, for
lying,
sure.
man. I swear to God, I couldn't find a single thing on hollowing as a laugh.
I think to the best of my knowledge of the movies, remembering like the part in that scene that you're talking about, like I remember the display of like when Dumbledore is using like his magic and it's like fiery all over the place. I remember that looking really, really cool.
Yeah,
I'm
oh,
like,
yeah.
this is crazy.
It was cool.
That was dope.
I still don't like that Death Eaters can fly like spirits, but that's not here nor there.
Yeah, that's
alright.
just something the movie adapts and runs with, and it's like you just kind of
It's
have to
like,
let it
okay.
happen.
They're OP.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
fucking OP as hell in the movies.
Zoom in.
They're zoomers, yeah.
The Zoomers. I didn't say that.
Hey, bro, zoom.
Um,
Alright.
yeah, but overall, I enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to seeing Deathly Hollows.
Dope. So you started Deathly Hollows, right?
Yeah, I'm on page 80, and
Fine.
I'm not even gonna fucking talk about it right now. We're gonna get to it.
No, for sure.
You, like me, are definitely going to be happy that they bothered to take 2 movies to make this.
Yeah, probably.
Because, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it
Final one.
like I imagine Deathly Hollows trying to be one movie, and I'm like it could have been so bad. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
On top
Yeah.
of that, they're probably like, "This is our last one. What are we gonna do?" And like,
Take the money.
let's make 2 money.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
facts.
I mean,
That's
obviously-
exactly
Money
how it
move.
works.
Make 2.
obviously, even if it is a cash grab, it pays off for the
No,
the
for sure.
viewers.
Sure,
It's
yeah.
definitely worth the money for it to be 2 movies than
it
for it
does
to
it
be
more
one.
justice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's what they did with the Hunger Games. That's what they did with Twilight. That's what they
Yeah.
did with the Avengers.
The last book of the Hunger Games, make it 2.
True.
Yeah, I mean,
Did y'all? Huh?
the Avengers being 2 movies was utterly necessary as well.
No, I'm just
Yeah,
making
for
a
sure.
comparison.
Yeah.
Showing you that it's like it's prevalent. Like if you
Oh,
adapt
yeah.
a book
Oh,
to
yeah.
movie, you're going to make the last movie part 2, part 1 and 2.
At this
That's
You
point.
just
telling
how
me you don't want to watch a 5-hour movie?
I would rather.
Dang.
I couldn't hold it that long. I would never want to leave the theater. So, no,
Yeah.
I don't want a 5-hour movie. I barely made it through 3.
Dude, I missed the part where in Ragnarok when I went to see it in theaters. I missed the part when they crash land on Homie's fucking planet, and he's with the Hulk, and they're in
yeah.
like the ship, and they're just like talking back and forth. I had to go to the bathroom so fucking bad. I hate leaving the theater.
Isn't that like 30
Yeah.
minutes in?
Yeah, it's like 30 something.
Yeah.
So you just chugged your drink right before.
I don't buy drinks at the theater.
No.
Yeah.
That's trash. I don't buy drinks either, but I still have to go always.
Yeah, facts.
For sure. You never.
My
the
body
bladder
knows.
organ.
Neurological thing at this point.
Yeah, it's so true.
That's
I did
true.
the same thing with John Wick. I missed the fucking on John Wick 3 when he goes to like turn in his chain so he can have the rite of passage to go see someone.
Uh-huh.
I
I'm
remember.
trying
Yeah.
not to spoil, but like
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like early
I
on,
just
I
missed
think.
that.
But
I
For
just
sure.
missed that scene.
Yeah.
Dang.
yeah, those
Well-
John Wick movies are fucking fire.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I
course.
can't wait to
We
see
should
John Wick
probably
4.
if we do like a watch party bit ever where we like review movies or something like that, that's definitely up there for me as one we could talk about and just like as boys just talk about how
As
cool
boys.
guns are for an hour
Yeah. we
and
do.
action movies.
Cool.
Well, speaking of peeing our pants, we should talk about the PS5.
Oh my god. How did we just
know
have
what?
the worst
I'm-
and best segues in podcast history back to back?
I'm so
How did that
pissed because
happen?
he had such a great segue into like shooter games. Like we were just talking about John Wick. He's like, speaking of shooting people, new video games come out, but he wants to talk about being
It was intentional. I know.
Oh, yeah,
I wanted
for
to go back to that one.
for sure.
Okay.
That's an
well.
all-timer
I
right
want you-
there.
I want to talk about that tweet before we do it.
Okay,
I
yeah.
was just scrolling through my timeline. I think it was yesterday, and I found David had liked this one tweet, and it was literally all it was like, these dudes out here stressing, and I say dudes with the N word, so it was like even more hilarious when you actually read it. But it's like these dudes out here stressing about getting a PS5 pre-order. Meanwhile, they haven't seen their kid in 5 years. P.S. They're 5.
Yeah. But I ain't seen your son in years. PS he's 5, and the ellipses just sell it so good. It's like ... PS he's 5. Yeah. Shout out to what's his name?
That was hilarious.
I think I remember Trevor saying on like a previous podcast we were talking about it. They're like, "I'm so glad. I'm happy. I feel bad for all the people who didn't make it to see these reveals." And then Trevor was like, "You might not even be alive to see the actual content.
Yeah.
You could be one of those people."
Yeah. Shout out to
Don't take me-
Extendo Bands for that one.
Extendo dicks.
His name right now is 6 inches is enough as well. So
Oh my. Alrighty. Well, with that in the way,
yeah.
we are going to talk about the new PS5 reveal that happened a couple days ago.
Mhm.
Pretty fucking hype, man. I will say.
Yeah. I had
You guys-
Trevor and I were already decided on it, so that was easy for us. But it was also like they came out with the thing that was like every freaking game from the past years will be on it if you get PS Plus for free. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my freaking.
So
I
what
was
they're
gonna-
doing, what Sony's doing is what what Sony is doing is I don't know how long they didn't specify how long this is going to happen as a special, but if you buy the PS5, you get what's called the PS Plus collection, and it's free of charge as long as you have your PlayStation Plus subscription. So it's basically free games, and it comes with almost every first party exclusive that they have for PS4 and some hot third party exclusives, or not exclusives, third party games like Battlefield, and I forget a couple, but they have Persona 5 on there. They have Uncharted 4, They have Ratchet and Clank, God of War,
Last of Us
Bloodborne.
1.
I think is on there. Last of Us 1 is on there. The only like exclusives that I didn't see that would have been like smash hits would have been like Horizon and Neo,
Spider-Man.
maybe Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spider-Man was lacking on there for sure. But dude, you
Yeah.
get like
Hopefully it gets
for
added.
people that don't have a reason to get the new consoles on launch, you absolutely do. Especially if you're a Xbox player now who never got to play those exclusive games, you get them for free while you get
Yeah,
your
I think-
Xbox.
I think you also said that it's not gonna be like a launch thing, right? Like it's gonna be throughout.
Yeah, it's they
Yeah, that's
didn't
pretty
they didn't
cool.
specify the timeline, but I'm assuming that it'll be at least a year.
Yeah.
Something like
Jeez.
that. It has to be. That's dope though.
So
Yeah.
that's like they have a couple launch titles. They have Demon Souls, which looks fan-fucking-tastic, and I've never
Oh,
played
yeah.
a Souls game, so I think I'm gonna start there.
Because that one's a remake, right? If I'm correct. Yeah.
It's a
Remake
remake
of the
of the
first one.
old Demon
Yeah,
Souls,
that's dope.
2006 or 7, whenever it came out.
Yeah.
That looks amazing. The Spider-Man Miles Morales is coming out on launch day. That looks incredible. And I think there's a couple more, but not too big. And then they have the Hogwarts Legacy game. That
Yes.
looks amazing.
Trevor's freaking out for that. For sure.
I can't believe you waited that long to mention that. Honestly,
Yeah.
I've
I just
been
wanted to get
waiting
the
on a Harry Potter game since I was 8.
A
So
proper Harry Potter game.
a
Because we've
proper
had
Harry
Lego
Potter
games
game.
and shit.
Yeah,
No,
and
there's been Harry Potter games of like the movies
fucking
kind of.
Yeah.
CD-ROM.
They're not-
Yeah.
Yeah. that I played as a kid and liked because I was a kid, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
for now, if I went back to it, it wouldn't hold up as well. But I remember liking. Anyway, it's
This
been
one's
overdue for some Harry Potter games.
And this one is cool because it takes place in the late 1800s.
It's a role.
So it
you're
doesn't
really playing the
include
role.
it doesn't include any of the original characters, any of the movie shit that you know. So it's gonna be like a whole new adventure for the fans.
Yeah, and because
But
it's all magic, it being like way in the past has no effect
Doesn't
on
matter.
like the world, because they don't have any advances in technology that they screw with because they have magic. So it's just gonna seem the exact same as if it was like 2010.
2020. Yeah. The only thing that the timeline plays is just that certain characters won't be alive. That's the only thing
Yeah.
that really matters.
I guess the only thing that I'm like skeptical about is because like the Harry Potter universe is like a huge thing. Like I want it to be detailed. Like I mean they had the reveal trailer, but I don't know the level of detail that's like really in it yet. You know, like I better be able to play Quidditch. I better be able to.
God, I
I
hope
bet-
so.
It has
I
to
can
be.
quell some of your fears because the developer is called Portkey Games, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
And they like I read a short article that they were doing on just like how much of an honor it is to work on Harry Potter, and they were just like, you know, what does this character's voice change when he uses a polyjuice potion, or what different creatures can we do? Like they're fans of the books.
For sure, that's cool.
They're not like 343 where they get hired to do like to carry a franchise.
Yeah,
that,
to
you know,
to
they don't
guess at what the
fuck about.
fans want.
I know.
no.
They can just
I know
produce
it's
what they
coming
love
out.
because they are the fans. Yeah, that's.
I know it's
best.
coming out in 2021, but do we know how long they've been working on it?
No
A
clue. But I would
while,
guess
since
at
like
least
2018,
years.
I think. I remember seeing a news story about it. If you do a Google, LOL. What am I, 85? If you look it up, I'm pretty sure there's been news stories about it starting production for like a good 2 years now, at least.
Probably even longer
That's-
than if that's when the stories
Oh, yeah.
started. Yeah.
These like because games with that's really detailed takes
7
a
years.
long. Yeah, it does. It takes It takes years to
Cyberpunk.
develop.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say
Cyberpunk,
Cyberpunk's been in
Red
development
Dead
It
for.
takes a considerable amount of time, so that's like kind of like the gauge for me. But I'm super.
Yeah.
I'm super excited to see what we're gonna be able to do.
They'll pull it off. Yeah.
Fingers crossed, GTA 6 has been in production that long.
Certainly
We
hope
shall
but
see.
I doubt it because they're milking that shit.
I cannot wait to play
Yeah,
GTA 5.
You
So
could.
hard.
It would probably take like 10 people to add all the events and stuff to GTA Online that they've been doing. I mean, there's bigger projects they do, like when they added nightclubs, then you have to have a whole interior design and music and animation and lights and whatever. Like that's a whole fucking like collection of people, especially when, you know, you see the credits at the end of video games and there's like 300 people on the team or whatever.
Well, given
but
that,
what I'm saying is, I think Rockstar's a big enough company to be able to be developing GTA 6 and be squeezing every penny out of GTA 5.
Yeah. All I'm saying is don't anticipate that game at all, because it's not coming out for another 4 years.
Oh yeah, no, it's the same thing with Elder Scrolls 6. It's the same shit there. Like that game's gonna be insane, but it's not gonna come for a while.
Alex, you muted.
It'll be years into the next generation. Yeah.
Yeah, at least I'm guessing 2023 the earliest for GTA
sure.
6.
For sure. But in general,
I wanted to rattle off a couple more games. The Ratchet and Clank game looks awesome. Have you seen Deathloop?
No.
It's like you're playing an assassin that tries to kill like 8 different people, and it's like kind of like a Edge of Tomorrow thing where he goes back in time to like fix a mistake, and if he fucks up, then he has to go back into that certain point and then redo it all over again. So he has to
erase.
Yeah, so like the story is he has to kill 8 people within like 12 hours of each other, and then there's like a counter assassin that's trying to kill him at the same time, and it's made by the same people that did the Dishonored games.
So you play as the assassin.
Yeah, you play as the assassin trying to kill the 8 people, and then like there's someone else.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Play multiple people playing,
Yeah, so that's a PS exclusive too.
Wow.
It's just, dude. They are going all out with the games this year. There's one more that I saw that I'm so happy that I'm alive for. Please don't let me die before it comes out.
Jesus
Christ. Fucking the God of War sequel is coming out. It's called Ragnarok. Yeah.
Supposed to. I'm gonna be so upset if you just foreshadowed your own death. I'm sorry.
I probably did. I probably Nipsey hustled myself.
I will come back to this and fucking bawl my eyes out if that happens. We're not talking about it anymore.
Yeah. Anyway, let's not put that bad energy in here. Let's just.
I'm sorry. I love you.
Yeah, I love you guys.
Yeah.
But the thing that's funny about these reveals and why I feel like we should have this topic, not the PS5 topic, but like there's an idea in my head that I feel like I'm part of my own world and that I'm the protagonist. And it sounds really narcissistic, but there's certain times in life where things will happen almost like it was meant to be. Like I've just read the Harry Potter series. I'm almost done with it. And I literally just finished God of War this past Saturday. So for these two items to coincide with each other, first of all, God of War hasn't been announced at all. This was a teaser trailer. This is the first time we've gotten official confirmation that it's a game. The fact that coincides with a new Harry Potter game that we haven't gotten ever, that I just finished the story, it's too good to be true. So I'm just really happy to be alive. And like at certain times I'm just like, damn, am I really like a protagonist? Like, is there like a fucking NPC on the top of me just like controlling me? It's so cool to think about.
So basically what you're saying is that they're monitoring you, and then they're like, all right, he's reading Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Press the button. They press just for Trevor.
They supply Trevor's demand. Yeah, he's the market.
But I don't want it to sound narcissistic because I don't think about it in like a narcissistic way, like of me being so pompous that they're gonna release it because I've read it. It's just like certain coincidences happen.
Yeah, I know life is crazy like that. I definitely notice it happens with you a lot. It's funny.
Yeah, it's just the timing.
Yeah, timing is crazy.
I mean, I'm sure you would have been able to like say, like God of War is such a popular franchise, and that like they're to think that they're definitely more likely to make another game than to never make another game. You know,
for sure.
And
but it's just the timing is crazy within.
Like, right?
Okay,
and with Harry Potter, it's kind of crazy too because it's like it's been like something that I've always wanted, and now it's happening.
Yeah. To backtrack a little bit, like just another example of that coincidence happening. My parents brought over a couple friends to do like just some get together about a month ago, and one of her friends works at Lockheed Martin, and I asked her. This was like right before I got the interview for my job that I currently hold now, I asked her because she, like you, David, was a psych major, and she didn't go to school to be an employee at Lockheed Martin, but she threw her name in like the intern pool, and she got her. That's how she got her job. So I was asking her how she got it because I was just like job searching at the time, and not even like 3 days later, I get the call from the CWET program saying that I had an interview. So it's just like it happens so often for me. So it's like
Serendipity.
life is too good.
I've
sometimes.
definitely had stuff like that where it's like something that I heard about. Will like I'll hear about that same exact thing later
Yeah.
on, but like it's like completely unrelated.
Yeah, for sure.
Like for example, like this guy's like Trevor, you heard this dude's cipher thing. He
Yeah.
said like his one of his lines was like it might disappear the way they got Nipsey, and it's like, well, I just listened to Nipsey's
Yeah.
album this
Okay.
week.
See, life is awesome, dude.
And this man's talking
Yeah.
about Nipsey on my beat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nuts. Just to think about it, it's like
Yeah.
it's just
it's
such
just
a cool
small
thing.
coincidences like that.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, what is going on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
There are no
It-
coincidences, Master Uwe.
it just makes
Yeah.
you
Great
yeah.
quote.
Dang. To quote Lil Wayne on Don Life, I told my shrink life is crazy. He said life is crazy. Man.
Dude, that bar is so funny, dude.
Bars.
Yeah, I like
Uh,
it. That's what's up.
Hey, well, that's
so yeah,
hot.
can we get a That's hot. That's hot. You were gonna say something, Cam, about the message.
Yeah, so Trevor's been like on my case is not
Drilling
the
you.
right term. I guess on my case is a fair phrase. So just
drilling.
like being like, why would you decide to get a Series X instead of a PS5? Like, why? It doesn't make sense. And I'm just like, well, don't really have the money, about to graduate college, need to be getting a job and finding a place to live and like all this good stuff. So like it's not at the front of my mind. So I'm just not like thinking about it. Like I'll probably get the PS5 just because what everyone's saying is that it looks better and it's stronger, whatever, and that's good and fine. But it's just not something I can even afford to think about right now in
Yeah,
terms of
no, I
time,
understand
let alone
that.
money. So I was just like
Besides that, I just wanted to like ask you like why it would be
I'm getting
like
there.
besides money, like yeah.
Oh wait. So
Yeah, you keep going on with you, and then we'll talk about that. Topic.
yeah. So it got to the point the other day where I was like, I'm basically 90-10, but I'm just not making the decision. And then Trevor was like spamming the chat with all the content being released with God of War and Miles Morales and the new abilities and all this stuff and all the new games. And I was like,
Before I
yeah,
forget, hold on. I wanted to talk about the Spider-Man thing. It's just really quick.
yeah, go for it.
If you buy the Ultimate Edition of Miles Morales, you get a copy of the first Spider-Man game remastered at 60 frames per second instead of 30.
Ooh.
And it's the Miles Morales game is $50, and if you buy the Ultimate, it's $70. So you get a brand new game for $20 that has 60 frames per second and looks much better. So that's all I wanted to say. PS5 for life. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so I was like 90-10, but I just like hadn't done my own research, and I always do, the research on that kind of thing before you make a big purchase like that. You want it to be the right
sure.
one. And so Trevor sent like the game list, and I read off like Uncharted, Last of Us, and
This is for the PS collection.
yeah, the PS collection that we were just talking about, that you get for free. And I just respond in the chat, well, that's GG.
Mm-hmm.
Good game. It was, you tried macro hard, but I'm sorry, but
Macro hard.
it's not happening. Yeah,
I
so I will not be purchasing when I come around to being able to get the next console, the next generation, I will not be purchasing an Xbox Series X. I will be purchasing a PlayStation 5.
You heard it here, baby.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. I converted. I did it.
I've just wanted to have both for so long that it honestly doesn't make logical sense even for me to buy a Series X, because what I would do if I got a Series X would be trade in my current Xbox One X.
Yep.
Which is also an expensive and pretty powerful console and will still hold up for like a good little while. So I would trade that in and get $150, $200 for it at the most, I guess, and then only pay $300. But it makes way more sense since I'm not going to be buying it on release because I don't expect to have the money. What makes way more sense is just they keep the Xbox so that if exclusives do come out for the Xbox, I can still play them. And then just get everything else on PS4 because they have all the exclusives that I've been wanting to play and haven't gotten to yet. And so I've been wanting to have both consoles for quite a long time. I've just never had the money to do so, as broke as college kid life. So it makes way more sense, since I'm going to be saving up the money specifically for that anyway, that I just buy a PS5 and get the best of both worlds.
Fuck yes.
We
are out here.
I think to speak to Cameron's point about talking about like money and stuff, and like especially now, the way, I mean, obviously we're recovering, but there's like a lot of job uncertainty and all that. And so like the timing, like for people, for people to like sit and like spend like, all right, I'm going to spend $500 on a console. It could be much, especially like in these times. So, I mean, both companies are doing it, where like there's like the PlayStation Digital with like, that's like $100 cheaper. And then there's like the Series S, which is like $300, and they're all digital. And I mean, I think it's smart for them to do that, to like kind of lower the barrier of cost for people. On their parts. That's super smart. But like, and I'm glad that it's a thing. But I guess for me, it's like I could never go digital.
Yeah, no.
For me, I'm not going digital until they force me to go digital.
That's Trevor's mantra. I don't think you and Trevor had ever had a more exact take without conferring about it first.
They're gonna have to make. They're gonna have to only make all digital consoles for me to go digital.
Yeah.
But
I will buy every goddamn game from an indie store before I go digital.
Yeah.
I swear to God. I will be the last one
on that.
Honestly.
Yeah.
It's like GameStop closes. Oh well, go into the mom and pop game store.
I'm driving an hour. I'm driving an hour to get my disc. I'm
going to Target.
No, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm already on digital. I'm chilling.
That's fine with I love just seeing all my games. Like I can look to the left right here and I can see every
box art. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
the art of boxing is just awesome.
That got settled a while ago between me and Trevor, where he was like, I don't see why you don't like it. And I was like, I do, but now that I live at college, I'd have to Uber to GameStop, which is like a $10 Uber, like back and like one way.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'd be paying an extra $20 to get the game every time. So it was just not viable. And I mean, even in a tiny dorm room or a room like this, it's not entirely viable to have a stack of games like you have real nice and neat in your room, Trevor.
For sure. No, there's definitely
so
pros
I'm full
and cons.
digital already. I have been for a couple of years.
Definitely pros and cons. I just think like it's sad to me because physical media is dying.
Oh, it will die. It will die out.
It will die, and I'm just I'm not hating on digital. I just prefer physical, and it's just like I'm so sad that they both can't coexist because I know they won't.
I feel for you. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna end up being cheaper if everyone is on board for it to only be digital, for companies just to not have to produce anything.
Yeah, they
physical.
don't have to manufacture the discs in Mexico.
That cuts so much of their costs. So it'll go there eventually. It just people have to be ready for it.
Is that like when you go digital, you don't really own the game to the extent.
Yeah, you own a license to play the game.
Like I know I don't remember exactly when, but like the Wii shop Nintendo shut down the Wii shop, and like even though the Wii is so many years old, like that the actual shop is shut down. Like if you don't have your games downloaded, then all the digital games that are gone. So like kind of like how on Xbox now is like you have a game library, but the only games you could play are the ones actually installed on the console. So like theoretically, years from now, you could have like the Xbox One or PlayStation 4 games could be phased out, and now Microsoft or Sony will say, "All right, now we're going to be shutting down the Xbox One store or the PlayStation 4 store, and like all the games that you don't have downloaded on your console are like gone now, and like there goes that." Like if
another thing
I can't
is
see that reasonably happening.
no,
though.
it
But
would
it's
be
just,
very
Like
far in the
Xbox or
future.
PlayStation
will,
shutting
but it's
down.
a
I mean,
possibility.
the Wii was like a transitional console. That's why it that's why it ended up getting shut down. Like you're not gonna see now even like the Switch store get shut down for fucking forever because that's their model now.
Before,
I
'cause
don't
it
know.
will.
I don't know. It could
They
definitely
do
happen.
that more than
By the
any other
time-
company.
By
That's
the time
true.
they have their
They do
their
drop
next
support, yeah.
future
than-
hardware, it's gonna become not as relevant, and they could easily shut it down.
Yeah.
I
But the
wanted to
fact that I
say
can
to
still
your
play
point, Alex.
the fact that I can still play like Xbox 360 games that I own digitally, like I don't see them doing what you said about them shutting down the store in that way and me not being able to access my games for maybe like 20 years or something like that. And by then I'm gonna have so many games to play that it's not gonna matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
And then
will
everything
say,
will
like-
just go digital. We were just saying how we were.
Go ahead,
I'm
Trevor.
just
Go ahead.
bamboozled. I'm
Trevor.
sorry. All right, whatever.
God.
Imagine being able to talk, nerd.
To Alex's point about losing your game library, God forbid your account gets hacked and all of your purchases just disappear. That can happen. Or if you get banned from using that account, you can't switch purchases from like the other account.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you're kind of fucked.
Yeah.
I was
So
not worried
it's
about
just-
I got a strike on my I got like an Xbox suspension because of people of apparently communication, but the only people that I ever come in contact with are people who message me first.
it. Yeah.
But
that's
I mean,
funny.
Cameron has a lot of experience with that when someone will reach out and like start hate mail, and then
Yeah.
he'll say something back in return in like sort of the same vein, albeit a little more aggressive sometimes.
Yeah.
But then he'll get a fucking comm ban, and he won't be able to talk for
Yeah,
a week.
it's happened twice where a kid will message me. They're like, "You're such a fucking pussy," and I'm like, "Fuck off!" And then they report my message, and Xbox is just like doesn't look at the logs. They just look at the reported message, and so I get comm banned. So I literally, with a day comm ban, went back to the message, reported his message, and then got a message that thank you for your report. The user you reported has been banned. And I was like, what is this fucking system, man? Like,
Yeah,
It's awful.
It's a problem with the system, but at the same time, who are these people who are so butthurt to message me I'm trash, and then when I say stay mad, they're like, report me for that.
oh my god, what was the one I sent
Yes.
you the other day, Trevor? I gotta find this now. Where it was
I have no idea.
I just randomly had saved on my phone. I was going through
Oh
my
yeah,
it was when you were like 1v1ing a kid on Destiny or something,
yeah.
and it was just like,
He's talking. I'll try and find it.
yeah. Well, this kid sent Trevor like one of the most butthurt hate messages like out of the blue that I've ever seen in my entire life. I forget what it said, but it was good as fuck. But anyway, we can just move on from that.
It can get crazy online for sure. But
But bottom line is that we're excited for the PS5 and we can't fucking wait.
there you go. Yeah, I'm hyped. It's gonna be my first Sony console. So
Yes,
Do we
sir.
want
I'm
to,
so excited for you to play Persona.
yeah, me
I
too.
can't wait.
I'll be
I am a
weaving
little
up.
upset about having to wait. I'm gonna have to wait to play Cyberpunk because I'm not gonna play it on an inferior system and then not experience it fully. And
I
Cyberpunk's not
fully
coming out
agree.
of release.
It pains me, but like the fact that it's only a week, I'm just gonna wait. And I mean, that's gonna be during
It's
my
not a week.
exams. It's not.
No, it's coming out next year. It's not coming out this year. For us, at least. It's coming out on Xbox One, PC, and PS4. I'm waiting until it comes out for PS5, which comes out next year. Like
Wait,
first
Wow.
quarter.
Are you talking about
Interesting. I
Cyberpunk?
thought the
Yeah.
game was just. I thought the game just moved. I
Nope,
thought.
the game itself that comes out, except for Series X
Oh.
and PS5.
Okay.
But the game itself comes out the week after the console comes out.
I've
'cause
been tricked.
PS5 comes out November 12th.
Wow.
I've been tricked.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get.
They had the policy where it's like you automatically
upgrade.
own it for the next console if you buy it for this one. I thought that meant like as soon as the next console comes out, it's ready to play. But what you're telling me now is that it doesn't come out for like a month after, like the edition that you can play on the PS5.
And I think you can.
Interesting.
I think you can buy the PS4 version
annoying.
and play it on the PS5, but it's not optimized for the PS5. So I'm just gonna wait. And there's so many banger games coming out anyway that I'm all right with waiting. But it is a
Yeah,
little
it's
downside of it.
Yeah.
You know,
David, you're playing on PC.
Yeah, I'll just get it immediately. I'll be saying, haha, suckers, haha. And I'll be sticking
I
my
don't-
tongue out.
Yeah, I've waited so long for this. I can wait a little longer. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do feel that way. Yeah.
wait. So when do you plan on getting the next gen consoles?
The day it comes out.
for real?
Yeah.
Dang. There you go.
The
It'll be
set-
the first
like-
adopter.
Yeah, Walmart is gonna open up some more pre-orders on Tuesday, and I'm gonna try my fucking damnedest too. We didn't even talk about how crazy the pre-orders were. They fucking they were supposed to launch yesterday, and all the retailers were just like, haha, bitch, we own everything, haha, and they just scored it on us, and they're just like, hey yo,
Oh my
you
God.
can fucking pre-order it now. And like it caused an uproar, and I was sitting on the Best Buy website for 2 hours in my checkout with the fucking PS5 in my cart, ready to pre-order, and it would say, sorry, our website is having a little downtime, please wait and try again. And it happened for 2 hours, and I couldn't get it, and then it was sold out. So that was fun as hell.
Dang.
That's
Yeah, I heard they've
sad.
been going crazy.
But
Yeah.
I'm definitely getting
I
it
don't
on release
understand how
day.
online websites can't get their stuff right.
They're awful. They
Yeah.
even had a
all.
queue going on
Ever.
GameStop. GameStop had you in a rating room to get into their website. It was ridiculous.
It's like, wow, World of Warcraft, dang.
Like you know you're gonna have mad people on your website. Optimize the thing so you
They
can do it.
just they don't,
That
and
is
it's fine.
They're
At a
like,
certain
the
point,
website
yeah.
crashed.
Capacity gets filled.
Yeah,
Yep.
they just. It really does feel like they just hit bare minimum and then hope it works out. And if it doesn't, then oh
Yeah.
well. At least we didn't pay for more server space. I don't know.
Facts.
Yeah.
Because they still get the sales. It doesn't matter to them.
Yeah.
You can't go into the store and pre-order, right?
I think you can go in person. I think for the Walmart
Yeah,
new pre-orders. I
but-
think they did specify that, but don't do that. Go
Walmart's-
online.
Yeah, Walmart's probably better, but I know the GameStop stores only get like 10 or 20
100.
consoles. And
Yeah,
some of
max.
I mean, yeah, like I
The
would go
bigger
in-
areas get 100 or so.
It took me a while to get, I think, my original Xbox One because it was like, it was such a pain in the ass trying to get it from stores. They would only have like 3 at a time, and then they'd be like, okay, come back later. Like we sold out earlier today, and I'm like, okay, like when do you get more? And they'd be like Friday, and I'd come in Friday, and they'd be like, yeah, we only got 2, and we sold them this morning,
Yep.
and I'm like, fucking shit.
Yeah.
Like, can you like? It was frustrating.
That reminds me of when I first got my Switch when it came out. I didn't get it on release because obviously it sold the fuck out like hotcakes. And like 3 months later, I was at Best Buy, just like I think I was trying to get some new game that came out, and I was just scrolling LeMayo. I was just strolling through the aisles of the game section, and I like stopped dead in my tracks as I looked down, and I saw like 4 Switches in the back cabinet, and I'm like, wait, are those real? So I like go
Yeah.
and talk to homie, and I'm like, are you guys selling those? And he's like, yeah, you want one? And I'm like, fuck yeah, I want one. That was the most expensive impulse buy of my life. I bought that in Mario Kart, and I was cheesing so hard.
Stumbled on that
I
buried
think I remember you
treasure.
telling me that. Yeah.
And they only
Yeah.
had one of the red and blue controllers. All the other ones were like the gray ones, and I was like, nah, I'm gonna get the color.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
for
red and
sure.
blue is nice, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. There's some spice in there. Well, dang.
So
Some Nintendo
alright.
Pong.
I scrolled all the way in my photos and fucking found it. Again, the
What's the
message that Trevor sent, it was from 2016, and he was playing Destiny 1, and he gets a message from this kid. This guy just out of the blue goes, "No life, scrub lord. You're obviously 10. Go play with your Barbies, kid."
Obviously, then.
Which is
Dang.
funny because you must have like just kicked the shit out of him on the game. So for him to
Probably.
be like, "You're 10" is like, okay, like even if that is correct, which it's very far from, you just
Yeah.
insulted yourself.
That was funny.
Yeah. You're just going, P.S. I'm
He
fine.
has I'm not gonna say his P.S. I'm 5. I'm not gonna say his name either because that would be weird. But he has the most default fucking Xbox name as well. It's so
Dang.
dumb.
Dang. Well,
Must
with
have
that, I think it's about time for us to wrap up for this week, boys.
Yeah, this was
Yep.
quite a long episode. We were about 2 hours, but we got a lot of shit done. I'm proud of us.
We sure
Yeah,
did.
it's been a long one, but thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for everyone who supported the last one. We were ecstatic to see that. So if you made it this far, we love you, and we will see you next time.
Hopefully, it's not a one-time thing.
All right. I love you all.
It's been real, guys. Thanks.
Adios.
Peace out, baby.